You know, we have not been able to invest our money and build up. We also have raised, and so we lose an entire property, maybe our property, for years to build back up. Sorry, I keep speaking to the back there.
I have two things I'd like to add real quick. Related to the cost of farmers, a guy down in Laguna Woods where we did the bay, and he's strong and he knows all this stuff, and he sat down and read through everything. He figured out that the farmers, before you're allowed to sell your crop, you have to pay the tax. And for 400 pounds of marijuana, 400 pounds, you can pay a $40,000 tax on it before you can sell it. So these people who are poor, who don't have the money to pay the taxes before they can sell it, are in deep trouble. And nobody really realizes that.
It's like a 3 to 4% profit margin for what is a traditional small farm in the first year, and that takes zero account into any crop failure, anything going wrong. And this plant, sure, everybody calls it a weed, but what we've turned into medicine takes care. And if it rains, I mean, there are so many factors that take it from a medicine to something that's going to hurt you. And so when you have those crop losses, you lose everything. And the way our structure is set up at the moment is that small farmer, if they make it through the first year, they'll get like a 3 to 4% profit. But if they make one mistake, they're bankrupt.
We're running close to when we need to start cleaning up our space here. So I want to just take one or two more comments. I want to go to Denise Story, who's been producing TV shows and really been out there in different Democratic circles, enlightening supposed progressive Democrats about this issue. And so I just wanted to ask Denise if she had any direct, questions that she had.
Oh, my brain's just swimming with this. Wake me when it's done. Really, it's really vulture capitalism at its worst, and it's parasite. It's feeding on the living. So I guess you wouldn't call it vultures because they eat dead people, but the parasites eat living people, and we're still alive, and they're trying to eat us. So this is actually culture we're cannibalizing ourselves, really, and it's. I think we have a good chance of stopping this if we just get the word out to everybody, and like what Letitia's doing at DIY, get these posters, and people are easily convinced. It's not a hard sell to get people to vote no on this, and that's my main takeaway. Because you guys got the information out there beautifully. I really appreciate that your dedication to this issue, because it's there's hardly any more important. And I'd like to give a shout out to Richard Rance, who's here. He produced the show on my channel. That's just Frank. We have call-in shows, and
cable access TV.
Yeah, cable access. We're not paying corporate. And one question I really have is, why isn't there any organizations going against this? Why? Why is it okay for all these Democratic clubs to support Monsanto values, which nobody can sue Monsanto because of H.W. Bush? And so these are Republican values. So how did these lambs get so far away?
I think part of it is fake progressivism. They've got a really, really thick coat of fake progressivism. They recently had Jay-Z, he's a very famous, very, very famous hip-hop artist.
Yeah.
They can purchase people. They've got it all hidden under this is progressive, this is...
And Snoop.
And Snoop. They're going in, with this very, very well put together fake progressive coding, because the simple monopoly bid of Prop 19 did not work. So they learned from that. They sat in think tanks for the last couple of years, closed door think tanks, thinking, how do we code this to get it down their throats?
swallow it whole.
Right, and they're not playing around. They have been, and one thing I haven't touched on that I want to touch on just real briefly is corporate bullying. I have been talking to well-known cannabis elders, matriarchs, people that have been here, since the 1960s, who oppose this, who have been brought into rooms and told, you vote however you want to vote, but you go out in public and you put your face on this saying no, just you try. So corporate bullying in this is huge. The fake progressive aspect in it is huge. I've also heard from African American leaders in the cannabis community that they've been taken aside and said, look, we know that this might not be the best thing, but we're going to fund you to do harm reduction classes and know your rights classes. Nobody else is funding you. What, you think Access of Love or, these smaller organizations can write you this check? And what are you going to do if you have an organization in East Oakland, or in, somewhere where people aren't traditionally funding cannabis startups, and they say, hey, look, vote however you want, but don't get out in public and expose what's going on here. And so there's a real underbelly of corporate bullying, and to the point where I've been posting about it because it's cruel, And I think one of the things, the trick that they're using in the Democratic clubs is the ballots simply say
Legalization.
cannabis legalization, yes or no.
Yeah.
That's all that's listed on the ballot. They've had very limited discussions. For example, me and Denise are longtime members of the Harvey Milk Democratic Club. I thought I was going to actually be in a debate with a DPA leader, Laura Thomas. They switched it up to, you're just going to talk after Chris and Mickey from, Chris and Mickey talk, and Chris and Mickey are much more friendly people than Laura Thomas, right? So they put up the nice couple. And then before, they actually let people vote on it, they had a closed door meeting, so it's really interesting when you see how they fed this to the sort of moderate Democrats, and I think we have to get out there in the next 2 weeks and really get something out there. And one thing that was really sad that happened last night, anybody know Broke-Ass Stewart?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, he's endorsing this.
Yeah, I posted.
Yeah.
I
So
posted.
I had to get on his website and go, so you're supporting Scott Wiener and Gavin Newsom, Broke-Ass Stewart? Because this is somebody who traditionally would be opposed to giving a campaign thumbs up to Scott Wiener
Yeah, what's up with you?
and Gavin Newsom. So we have, a lot of work here to do in our quote-unquote little liberal bubble of San Francisco. We really have a lot of work to do to get sort of the lead endorsers like Broke-Ass Stewart, like the Harvey Milk Club, like
Bernie Kratz.
the Bernie Kratz also endorsed it.
Pissed off voters I'm pissed off at. The League of Voters I'm pissed off at.
So people that would traditionally be on the people's side don't really understand the law, and that's what we're faced with right here in San Francisco.
Can I have one more quick comment
Please.
about that? Just to let you guys know also, the California Democrats, I reached out to them and spoke with their media coordinator to ask, why would you support an initiative that there's so many reasons? But I was like, this initiative allows for unlimited corporate mega grows. And I did the math, and that came out to be about 500 million gallons of water per year for one license. Why don't you guys come out and support that? And he said, well, we gave our the people that decided whether to endorse it. We told them what the issues were, and they chose which ones to endorse. Did they actually read the initiative? I asked. And he said, well, no, I don't know. That's not a requirement. Know that. High Times as well. High Times was super promoting Prop 19 a few years ago. I took a road trip with the editor from LA up to here. I was like, why were you supporting that? Because I was super demonized from my perspective on it, and he knew that. I was like, so why did you guys come out and support it? It's like, well, I didn't know anything about it. I mean, just legalization. I was like, did you not read this initiative? He said, well, no, none of us read it. So when you read about a group endorsing Prop64, remember, they may not have read it at all.
And that brings me to our next action, which I really hope to see people at. Wednesday night, we have this resolution before the Democratic Party. We managed to reopen the conversation. That's what we did. You know, we put some words on paper, but what we really did is like, let's talk about this again. And, you know, I need your backup there. I need people to show up Wednesday at 6 o'clock at the State Building. And you go into the basement.
Milton Marks.
You know, we're going to need a lot of speakers. We're going to need a lot of patients. We're going to need a lot of farmers. We're going to need a lot of people that can say I'm a Democrat. I can't always say that. I'm usually an independent. So, and that's one of the reasons they have a hard time listening to me is they know I'm way far to the left from a Democrat, but they also know I'm able to organize people. And I really hope that people will join us and get up in front of the Democrats and say, read this isn't good for our city, this isn't good for our state, there is no urgency to pass this, there's a fake sense of urgency, and I think that's a huge part of it too.
Yeah, I think that's when, for people who are really staunch on 64, that's one of the conversations I enjoy having is that this is something that has the ability to change the world, I believe, because of the values behind it and because of the economic power behind it. But in order to do that, I'm sorry, I'm in pain, I keep losing my train of thought. I'm not going to get it back right now. It's too late for me.
It's okay.
It'll be back later.
It'll come back. And I just want to thank everybody for showing up because I mean, I think that a lot of people are in pain today that showed up. You know, I noticed that our friend who has been prohibited from using medical cannabis had to leave early, you know. I mean, these are things that are very real. I want to thank all the panelists for coming here and really helping Access of Love educate everybody.
Thank you.
And I just want to go through, I'll go from Steve back to me, just a final closing thought. And then we do have some medicine rolled, and while a few of us stay back here and clean up for a minute, you know, feel free to maybe smoke a few joints. We're gonna kind of have to, you know, walk away from the businesses. We were gonna head to Dolores Park, but I think it's a little far away. But I think we can have a little bit of a smoke session, you know,
By the corner.
down the block. And while we're doing that, let's keep in mind that if this passes, we won't be able to do that.
Anymore.
So closing journalist Steve Elliott from Washington, Seattle.
Sharing and outside use.
Yep.
It's good community you guys have got here. I love all of you. I hope to see you again soon. If you want to check out what I do, topesignals.com. If you want to check out the book I wrote, it's the Little Black Book of Marijuana. It looks like this.
Oh, I heard that.
Stop in here.
I want to borrow that.
Thank you, Steve.
I want to see it.
People moving up the end up by and growing now. You're getting fires and stuff. They have
Well,
people who sell the land.
I'm Elaine Watt, and I have a company called Humboldt Grace. And what I really hope that you all walk away from this experience and take out into the world is that cannabis does heal, and it does a lot of other things. It helps people think and stop and appreciate. And I think if we can start making decisions based on those kind of actions, we'll figure out a way to move forward in this. Don't let anybody tie your tongue. Please speak, because the patients have not been heard very well in California at all.
No, we haven't.
I want to know,
We've been blackballed.
Yeah, and it's, I think, from a farmer's perspective, I could see how hearing more of that patient's voice would help me with wanting my community to kind of bring it down a notch and get back to reality on why we're doing this, what this plant is about.
Can somebody do me a favor and take pictures with my phone of us four? I'd like that very much.
We need a picture taker.
Also, I'll let you know, I'm talking with this right now. I'm sat on 850 at the front door at 850 Black, listening to the people. But their students said, their parents to this male nurse, that this is my neighborhood. He got ripped. So we sat on the front lawn, and he gives us five.
I'll take one too.
Yeah, at the front door, 850 Black. How many people run that? I'm a 58 people.
Wait.
No, I really
Thank you.
the patients and the farmers need to come together more because we need each other. We don't survive without each other.
Thank you. Closing thoughts, Dragonfly, and then, we need to get, Steve to the airport. If I give you gas money, could you get Steve to the airport?
Say that again?
Can you get Steve to the airport?
And so we put the hand up.
My name is Dragonfly De La Luz. I would love for you to read the article I wrote about, it presents 13 unintended consequences. I'm sure many of them are intended, but 13 unintended consequences in Prop 64. You can find it at Vote No Prop 64.blogspot.com. And vote no, it's not no, don't vote. It's vote KNOW.
I wrote it down outside. It's
Oh,
written in
great.
chalk
Awesome.
outside.
And I will go back to the Facebook event page for this event and post a link there as well. Please read it and share it far and wide.
I've been share it far and wide.
Thank you.
Right.